Greetings, everybody. Patrick here, 8 Questions With. And yeah, we're back. All right. Uh, yeah, it's been an interesting week here in southeastern Michigan. We got crushed with some snow. In fact, we're still doing it today. Deep freeze overnight. I think they're saying up to 11 to 20 degrees below zero. Yeah, it's not good, not a good time to be sure, but a good time to be inside watching 8 Questions With. And last week we had some tech problems with our guest, Christi Newton, but we figured things out. We figured out how to get around it, um, despite StreamYard conspiring against us. Hey, John, how are you? Doomsday Crypt rolling in strong. Greetings. Hopefully you are you are warm tonight. And there is Stephen. And yeah, we'll do this right now. I want to give a shout out to our boy Stephen here, who had a guest on his live stream. And also want to say a very special thank you for Joe Cornett for guesting on Stephen's live stream. Yeah, that was a lot. That was really fun. Walked over there, and then there's Joe Cornett holding court with Stephen. And yeah, man, what a great guest you had there, Stephen. Good for you. And shout out to Joe Cornett, a lovely human being. And we've had him on the show several times. We talked about his films. We'll be having him on again sooner than later too, because I am hoping, though I didn't ask him this, but I am hoping that I'm hoping that he and Alexander Nevsky will be going into pre-production soon on the new Rio Bravo movie. So I'm crossing my fingers there, because that's one of my favorite cowboy western series going. And there is our other interviewer, Eric. Hey, Internet, it's Eric, who had a great interview as well with Marty from the Trash Picture Show. Terrific interview, a lot of fun. Got to learn a lot of things about Marty I didn't know, and so that was a great interview. And of course, next month, our guest that we had on last week will be making that trip over to Eric's channel, and that is Madman Pondo, who will be cruising over to Hate Internet. It's Eric's channel next month for a wrestling and horror movie filled hour and 10 minutes. All right. Yeah, I saw that open mic. So that's a good thing to do. Get people to come up there and just talk a little bit about themselves. Why the hell not? Sounds good to me. So our guest is Christi Newton, and she will be here in a little bit. And we're gonna show you guys how we got around this. We're gonna drop the link in the chat when she gets into the room, and then into the chat. Then we're gonna bring her. Then I'm gonna beam her up here. And she's a really nice lady. Really nice lady. I found her just surfing around. That's how it is sometimes. You just never know when you find the talent. Surfing IMDb pages. I saw her name. I caught my eye. So I said, "Hey, how about coming up here and talking with us?" And she agreed. Last week we were a little bit cursed, but this week we're okay. So I'm looking forward to today, and we have a lot to talk about too, because talking to her off camera, we like a lot of the same stuff. So it's going to be very entertaining to see how she got her start, and she loves horror films. And she runs a Facebook group that has over 350 members. And of course, we'll put the link down there for you too as well, so you guys can go over there if you're on Facebook, and you can slide on over there and join it. Tell her the cheetah sent you. Yeah, this is really, whew. And I should tell you what's coming up on the calendar. Since I did lose my last Sunday, we had my computer went kapooey for a day, and so we weren't able to do the ISC midnight show, but we will have a new date for that by tomorrow afternoon. We'll be go over there and talking about Perfect Sense. And then what else do we have coming up? Yeah, next Thursday here. Thursday we'll be talking with Ken Sledge from Sledgehammer Horror. He'll be here, and we're going to be talking about a lot of different topics. And of course, everybody's big favorite movie right now, Scream 7. We're not talking about that. We just ain't going to do it. Not going to. But I was really disappointed because I had high hopes for this. It was the original writer, and I guess the original director of the first Silent Hill. And I guess they made a new Silent Hill movie called Return to Silent Hill. Um, yes, greetings. Let's see. Ah, just in time. That's right. Lord Grimsley Manor is here. So glad you are here. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you. So the new Silent Hill came out, and I really didn't think that there'd be any worse reviews than from Silent Hill Revelation. Um, I thought for sure that would be, Silent Hill Revelation. I mean, as good as the first film was, and the first one is a classic to me. The second one was just as bad. It was horrible. I was just like, oh, it's like watching a car crash. So you got a lot of the people from the first movie coming in for this one, and so you have high hopes that, hey, it's going to pop through. It's going to put the franchise back on its rails, get it going, and it's got even worse reviews than the second one did. I don't know how that happens. That takes a lot of talent to make a really bad movie. Say like Jaws 3, right? We can all agree Jaws 3 was not a very good movie. Okay, but Jaws: The Revenge somehow managed to find its way to even be worse than Jaws 3. Worse. And that's what happened to Silent Hill. Nobody came and watched it. Nobody really wanted to watch it. All the reviews I saw, people coming out of the theater, they were just shaking their head, going like, "I'm traumatized. Why did I return to Silent Hill?" Um, there's nobody from the first film is back in the cast. Rhoda Mitchell wasn't back. Deborah Carr Unger wasn't back. Though I think her character was no, her character wasn't killed. It was Alice Kriege. Her character died, and of course, though I would have loved to see some way to see Kim Coates come back, Sean Bean come back. Somebody like that. Put some pop from the first movie in, but it didn't happen that way. So I have no idea who was even in the movie. All I know is that people were coming out of the theaters, you know, begging for their money, begging for their time back. And that's a bummer. That's a bummer. But of course, that held the of course, the snowstorm being what they are, it ruined the theaters for the weekend because nobody's going to get in there. I mean, very few people were getting inside their cars and going to the theater. So let's see. Yeah, I hope so. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. We're definitely going to have a lot of fun, and yep. Now we got some new stuff coming up on we got dropped our new dollar theater review. We watched Monsters University. That was a lot of fun. Let's see. Okay, says here I recently watched Night Patrol. Kind of a letdown. I heard that too. I heard that too. I was a little surprised by that because that cast seemed to be pretty popping. I think it had didn't have Dermot Mulroney was in it. I embraced the cold and went to a movie on $6 Tuesdays. Yeah, Justin Long has really made himself a really nice career in horror movies. I mean, he's really yeah, and Dermot Mulroney. Justin Long has done really well for himself for in horror. Um, he, I mean, I think without a doubt, when you think of Justin Long and horror movies, I know a lot of people will say Barbarian when they come down to the movie that best connects Justin Long to horror. That might be for some of the recent people, but for us old timers, it'll always be and forever will be Jeepers Creepers. Yes, Jeepers Creepers. That movie is mind-boggling. That ending is one of when it's just too bad that people have tainted the movie. They punished the movie, the people in the movie, due to the director's past. But as we, it's sort of weird when you sit there and think of Victor Salva and look at him and go like, 20 years ago, this guy would have been burned at the Salem witch trials. Now today, you look at him and go like, yeah, you deserve to be strung up by your feet, but there are a whole hell of a lot worse people out there than you. And who would ever thought we ever say something like that? But there are people who have done far worse and have escaped the wrath of horror fans. But I mean, I still got to give the guy credit. He came out with an absolutely gem of a movie. That ending is absolutely bonkers. Even now, that end of that movie that can still get you going. Yeah, who would ever thought? Who would ever? Yeah, it's sort of like I compared this to like Ed Wood. Ed Wood used to be criticized as the worst director ever, right? I mean, you equated Ed Wood's movies with like the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. But now you watch Ed Wood's movies, you watch Plan 9 from Outer Space, and guess what? It's not as bad as a lot of movies out there in the modern age. You look at it and go like, for what it was, yeah, it's cheesy, all right, but I've seen worse. Oh, I've seen worse. Thanks to Eric. I've seen a lot worse, thanks to Eric. But yeah, he's no longer. I would consider him no longer in the pantheon of worst director ever. I could think of a lot more. I'll take Plan 9 over most boring and disinteresting. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, there's been some. I'm still tripping out over the Oscar nominations. My mind's still blown by that. I like Michael B. Jordan. I'm a huge Michael B. Jordan fan. I think he's a great talent. And Sinners has everything I read about Sinners has said it's a great movie. But do I think it's worth 16 nominations? No, I don't. I don't think any horror movie would. Not even the top of the top would I give 16 nominations to a top of the top horror movie. It's just not the forum for it. Yeah, and the commonality in that is they're all streaming movies. They're all made for streaming. The movies that are coming out at the theater they still have impact, but man, oh man, the streaming movies are generic as hell. I mean, it's just like there's just no pop, there's no pizzazz because they don't have to. I mean, they can brag about their huge budgets, but doesn't equate quality. No, I like a good vampire movie. I do. I do. But come on. 16 nominations? I mean, wow. Do we have to go back to Gary Oldman's or Frank Langella's Dracula? Do we need to go back there and and give them all their trophies? I mean, because damn well, I mean, those movies were excellent, but they didn't get anything. I don't think they got. I think maybe costuming. I think Oldman might have been nominated. I mean, but Frank Langella, he's forgotten. nobody remembers Frank Langella, but he was a badass actor. Let me tell you. Let's see. I'm still waiting for a new Gumby movie. I will say this. I will say this. I will say that I was so glad that's one movie that Saturday Night Live never made, and that was Gumby. When Eddie Murphy did Gumby, I was so happy because Saturday Night Live for a little while they would have a little skit that popped a little bit, got a little bit popular, and then somebody in the studios will sit there and say, "Let's go spend $30 million and make a feature length movie on this skit." Um, of course, that probably had to do with the Blues Brothers, having a great time with it, but good lord, not every not the majority of them, the vast majority of the Saturday Night Live movies, they just came and crashed. It was like sitting there, like I said, watching a car wreck. Let me see if I can put some of these channels, these new to me channels on here. I need to do that. Okay, Brett is here, so I'm going to go ahead and hook you up, Brett. Let me drop some links down here. Oh, let me, you know what? I want to go ahead and I'm gonna wait till Christy gets here. But Eric, are you still here? Or John, are you still here? John or I want to wait till Christy comes in because we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna have her come through the chat link. I'm gonna put in the chat here. But if Eric or John, if you're still here, um, if you want to go ahead and drop some links for these two for some of the new folks coming in, that would be great. Okay. All right, Christy. And here we go. Okay, now click on that link right there, Christy. And we'll just do the same thing we did last week. All right. Yeah, we figured this out last week after StreamYard had a hard time letting us connect last week. We don't know what happened. Um, so what we found out is if Christy can come through the link here, then we can go ahead and put her on. So yeah, it's definitely cold. This is a perfect YouTube weather. Seriously. I mean, what else are you gonna do? You can't go outside. Don't really want to go anywhere. Yeah, nice meeting you, Lord Grimsley. Yeah, nice meeting you. And Brett, yeah, we sub to both your channels. Thank you for coming in to the show. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we have friends in Arizona, and they're saying that it's like cold down there. It's like 40 to 50 degrees, and they're going like, that's a freaking heat wave. No, yeah, you have to be careful. It's funny. It's like I have to go out there and I have to shovel snow, and the one thing I don't do is I don't layer up. That way you don't overheat. That's a lot of times people will do that. go outside and they'll put on like 3 layers, 4 layers of everything. And what it does is it overheats you. So I don't do that. I wear gloves and I wear a hat to cover my head. And I limit my time out there to like 20 minutes at the most. And then it's back in. Today I wouldn't even bother with it unless it was snowing. If it was snowing and I needed to shovel, then yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate it. We've been doing I've been doing 8 questions now for a little over 4 years. We've had uh it's too cold for salt. It's the salt won't work in this weather. It's too cold. But we've been doing this interview series for about 4 years now. Okay. It's the same studio. Yeah. Did it? Okay. Okay. Okay? You're gonna try using Chrome? Yeah. Try using Chrome to open it up. Yeah, Chrome. That's how I have to do it when I go to somebody else's channel. I have to use Chrome to go on. But it worked. But it'll work. I don't know why he's doing that. Oh, you did. Okay. This is really bonkers. Hmm. Well, let's see. Yeah, she could. Are you on your phone and you used Chrome? Okay. Wow. That should open right up for you, Christy. What did you use last week? When we got yeah. All right. Eric and John are not here. Crap. Oh, okay, there she is.
Can you hear me?
You made it.
I did. It's nice to see you again.
Okay. Good seeing you. I think you brought some friends with you. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. It's exciting.
So it is. This is officially Christy's first guest spot on a podcast. So thank you all for coming up and supporting her. And that's amazing. And support is everything, right?
It is. It really is.
Now, I'm talking to you in the same situation it was last week in the sense that it is so cold outside, deeply cold. It snows. Every bit of snow that we get lands on our lawn, on our yard, and it doesn't melt because it's too cold to melt. So even when we get a dusting of snow, it's sticky. So it keeps on adding layers to it.
Oh,
And
no.
yeah, it's going to be like this all the way through at least next Sunday, they said. So
Really? Oh,
yeah,
my
fun.
goodness. Are you staying
Now,
warm?
I am doing my best. Now, you're on the West Coast, right?
Yes. Portland,
Uh,
Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. My
Mhm.
brother lives in Portland, Oregon, as a matter of fact.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
It
Um,
is.
yeah. Uh, Now Portland, Oregon. We were talking before you got here. We were talking here a little bit out here, but someone had mentioned we're talking about some of the latest horror movies that are coming out.
Hmm.
The new Silent Hill. Return to Silent Hill, which and Lord Grimsley Manor says hello to you.
Hi.
Yeah, this is awesome. And we also have our new friend and Brett. He is
Brett.
here as well. Yeah, this is great.
It
So
is.
I think these are probably some of your friends from your very active Facebook group.
I think so. I know they are.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing though, right?
It is. They're wonderful people.
Now, I was going to mention about the Silent Hill that came out. You saw the first one, right?
I have to admit, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, gotta fix that.
I know.
I know it's a great movie, but
That's
you know what?
that's
You
on my
can't catch
list.
really. How big
To
is
see.
how big is your list? Don't be shy.
Pretty big.
Like 400.
Yeah, really.
Mine is like you know what it is. There's two things about it for horror collectors. One,
Mhm.
it's like, have you seen the film? And someone will sit there and say, I know I haven't gotten to it yet, right?
Right.
But the better one is oh, I got that. I bought that, but I still haven't watched it yet. And you see
Yes.
people, like you see people coming in there. So, okay, I got a new haul video for you guys. I got 40 movies here, and you're sitting there going like, okay, all right. They read out their 40 movies, and then you come back in a couple of weeks, and you sit there and say, so how many have you watched so far? Nice weather we're having.
Yeah.
It's all about the. Well, I have it, but I just haven't watched it yet. I think that'll probably be the best horror shirt ever made. I have it, but I just haven't watched it
That's
yet.
me.
Now, are
And
you a big?
I have hundreds of horror movies.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot here because
Okay.
I probably should have gave you a warning about this beforehand. But now you can answer me off camera or in the group. But how many IFC midnight movies do you have? Do you know what IFC midnight is?
No, what is it?
Oh my gosh! So, Christy, do you like the movie Hereditary?
No, I
Uh, uh,
hated that.
Hall of Fame guest right here. Hall of Fame. I did too. Oh God, I hated that movie.
The only part I liked was the part with the car and the telephone pole, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away, but that's the best part of
Oh,
it.
yeah. Tom, I'm sorry about that, Tom, but Tom knew that I was going to say that, so I don't feel too bad about that. Tom knows it. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, and Tom's favorite movie is The Changeling from 1980. That is a beautiful film.
It is.
It is a beautiful. I'm not even really so sure it's like a horror film.
No.
I think it's a supernatural film.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really get it as a horror film.
No. It was beautiful, and it was more of a supernatural. You're correct.
It's sort of, yeah. It's a beautiful ghost story. This is really sort of sucks as being an older generation. And we go back and we tell folks that, hey, the changeling, like I read once where people, like the new generation now, they consider a horror film, old film, if it's 15 years. After 15 years, if a film that's 15 years old is considered
Yes.
a old film.
Mm-hmm.
And we go ahead and you tell them, the Changeling came out in 1980, which is here it is now 46 years later, and they looked at us like we're talking like we did when people came up to us back in the 80s and said, yeah, this was a great movie talking about Dracula. It came out, or King Kong. It came out in 1933.
Right.
And we're going like, man, that's really old. Now I understand how their looks on their faces when we said that. Like, what do you mean that's old? That's not that old.
I know.
Yeah. Horror Nerds mentions it was George C. Scott. Yes. Yes,
It
George C.
does.
Scott and his wife, Tris Vanderveer, they were actually married in real life and did a lot of films
Right.
together. Um, let's see, Tom saying this generation, don't get me started. We're not going to do that, Tom. We're not going to do that. Hey, Hobbs, how are you? Um, let's see. Hobbs is calling me out. I got to give Hobbs credit for this. Hobbs calling me out. Says, Patrick, you have thousands of movies that you've mentioned in halls you haven't reviewed or talked about. But I'm getting there, though, Hobbs. I'm getting there. I see. See, I do movie reviews, and now I'm doing a little bit of television reviews. I'm covering all
Okay.
spectrums here. I'm trying to. Of course, it would help if Hobbs came on and we did some reviews together. That would help a
Oh,
lot.
that
Um,
would.
yeah, it would. I just hope that he doesn't mention the closet. As long as he doesn't mention the closet, we're all good. If he saw the Changeling, if you're a fan of the Changeling, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right, talking about a haunted closet. That's it.
It is.
Yes. Uh, let's see. We love the fog. Yes, and the Thing. I saw the Thing for the first time last year.
Which one?
The original one,
The
the
original
John Carpenter. Yeah, for the first
James
time.
Arnett? Oh, John Carpenter. I was thinking of James Arnett
Oh,
as the Thing.
nice. The Thing from Outer Space. It was nice.
Mhm.
Now I was thinking about the one that John Carpenter did with Kurt Russell and Keith David, and I just saw that movie for the first time all the way through
Mhm.
last year.
Oh,
Um,
amazing.
surprised I was surprised not to get my horror card revoked. I thought for sure people would be coming up there going like, "Give me that son of a bitch! You don't need it. You haven't watched the Thing till now." But the thing is, in my defense, my favorite John Carpenter movie is Escape from New York.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, man, I love that movie. And if anybody gets all grumpy about me about not watching the Thing, I did watch Ghost of Mars, so I should get a get out of jail free card for that one because that was a mess. But I did watch Ghost of Mars. I think I can keep my card. I think I can keep my card. Let's see. Brett's mentioning Escape from LA is better. I've heard people I've heard people mention that. Yes, thank you. I knew I'd get my card back for that. If you haven't seen which is really funny about that movie is that movie probably top to bottom is probably John Carpenter's best cast. Uh, from Ghost of Mars, top to bottom is probably the strongest cast he ever got, but it's his worst movie.
Ah,
It's frustrating to watch because you're sitting there going like, wow, this is really bad. But yeah, the cast itself was really strong. But you and we were talking about because we're gonna go back a little bit. So you and we started our journey into horror via the same way, and that is radio.
oh, yes.
Man, you know what? I'm so glad for the Tube for the one reason. The Tube puts up there's a lot of old radio show fanatics out there,
Mhm.
and they launched, they do a lot of the channels with all the old radio shows, including the commercials, which is really
Oh,
fun. And
mhm,
when I was growing up, I listened to the CBS Mystery Theater.
mhm.
That was my very first interest to horror on any level.
Right.
What did you listen to in terms of radio shows? Were you because you've been a horror fan most of your life? So
Since I
did you
was
get
3.
three?
Yeah, and I'm
So
66 now, so that's a long time.
it's a long time.
Yeah.
Now have you? I'm sure you have a top 10 as far as your all-time favorite films go, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that. But
Okay.
were your parents big horror fans? I mean, were they a big influence on you as you were growing up?
No. They they don't like horror movies.
No,
No. The reason
they
I
never.
saw Frankenstein was because in the 60s, early 60s, they had these afternoon movies for housewives. and
Yes.
that Frankenstein was on. So I started watching it when I was 3 years old, and I was hooked ever since.
You think that for the afternoon for the housewives, you think they'd be running Dracula instead of Frankenstein, though?
Right, right. More romance.
Uh, we had the same thing in our area. The 3:30 movie is for 90 minutes, and we used to sit there and watch, but we never watched it unless it was Godzilla week. If it was
Mhm.
Godzilla week, yeah, we were home after school watching Godzilla.
Oh, I love Godzilla.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Well, so you're a kaiju fan too. Nice, nice. Now,
I remember. I'm sorry.
Is Godzilla your favorite kaiju movie? Is that the one you go to?
Um, yeah.
So
I
so
love
what
that.
so what's your thoughts on Gigan? I gotta ask.
I never really thought about it.
He's like Godzilla. He's like Godzilla's best enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's no match for Godzilla, though.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, don't cut him so. No, you know what? The last couple of Godzilla days, which is Christy, which is crazy because the busiest time I've ever seen on the YouTube, the busiest
Mhm.
time they have a live stream has always been the 3 times I've seen it fly the most is on Godzilla Day.
Oh,
I've
really?
seen 3 Godzilla days on here, and it's the fastest I've ever seen this platform move. They have like 25,000 people, and they're all
Oh.
chatting. Yes, it's insane. Godzilla Day is insane. Let me go to the chat here and catch up. Let's see. Did I get my card back? Let's see. Tom saying being from Brussels. Eyes Without a Face from 1960. He saw that at his retro cinema. They play old movies on the big screen. Man,
Wow.
that's yeah. I really miss that. Let's see. Lord Grimsley has mentioned Attack of the Killer Tomato. Also get out of jail material. I'll have to remember that. Let's
Hmm.
see. And Tom mentions he goes to the retro cinema once a week. Godzilla is popular. Yeah, God, but American version, I just can't do the American version. I
No.
mean, I really do, I really want to, but then every time they try to do an American version of it, they just bobble it. They just fumble it away. And it's like, how could you do that? I mean, King Kong's a popular monster, but
Hmm.
King Kong's he's like next to bottom on the rung when it comes down to power projection. Like
Oh, yeah.
he's not even like, he's not even he's nobody's match really. Well, let's see, it's
Mhm.
electricity, right? We won't talk about that. Let's see. Lord Grimsley Manor. Orson Welles was our favorite radio programmer. Mercury Theater is on the
Mhm.
air now.
War of the
Another
Worlds.
way. Another way. I'm going to get my card back and gold plated. Orson Welles used to do the voice of the Shadow.
Hmm. He
That's
did.
right. That's right. Um, and really, he was really good at it.
He
Really good.
was. He had a
Sadly,
perfect voice for it.
yeah. Sadly, yeah, but you know who else? I mean, we're talking about radio, and we're talking about our favorites. And you asked me what my favorites were, and I
Hmm.
know you and I we're both Jack Benny fans.
Right.
Um, oh God, Jack Benny. Though I do think the show slipped a little bit when Mary retired.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a shame. But she retired. And I think it's just I think it caused it to slip a little bit. Um, but that is where Mel Blanc got his start as well.
Yes. He also was on radio here in Portland.
Mel Blanc was,
Hmm.
yeah. He it's interesting in the World War II. He did a lot of the cartoons for World War II, and some of those were actually pretty
And
salty.
they are. I've seen some of them.
Yeah, yeah, they were definitely for an adult audience.
Hmm.
Let's see. Uh, He played the third man, saw it on the big screen. The third man is great. It beats Hereditary. Anything beats Hereditary.
Yes.
Let's see. Hobbs says, "What is the shadow? Is that like from 1920s? Never heard of it." Well, Hobbs, if you never heard of the shadow, the only thing I could tell you is that Alec Baldwin did a version of it in the 90s with Tim Curry from Rocky Horror Picture Show. He was in the movie with Alec Baldwin, and Peter Boyle was in it as well. Penelope Ann Miller. That's the shadow. But it came out as a radio. Came out as pulp first. Pulp magazines, and then it went to radio. And I think there was like 439 episodes on it, but a lot of them have been lost. So there's like less. I think there's like, I want to say it's less than 300 episodes, complete episodes, or even probably even lesser than that, because there's just no way for them to preserve it back there. But there are a lot of shadow episodes available here on the YouTube, and you can go ahead and just type it in, and you know, they also have several novels that were written as well. I bought my first shadow that I bought, featured the artwork, and this is the reason I kept on buying them, is because the artwork for the shadow was done by none other than John Steranko. And he was an absolutely brilliant artist, brilliant, and also feisty. All right. Let's see. Tom's mentioning you're from Portland.
Yes.
I watched a Portland walking tour. So tell me a little bit about Portland. I mean, have you lived there all your life?
I have. I'm a second generation Oregonian. And I've lived in Portland all my life, and my dad lived in Portland all of his life, and Portland's a great place. We actually have movie theaters that play old retro horror movies here.
Now, do you go every week?
No, because I can't walk as far to the theater. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever there's
Which
a special.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Unless there's a really special show, then you'll go see it. Okay. Let's see. So it's a TV show. I don't believe The Shadow ever got made it to a TV show. No, I don't think it did. Never did. It came out in magazine form, then novelization and radio. But and then they came out with the Alec Baldwin movie, which is my favorite Alec Baldwin movie, is The Shadow. He was perfect for the role. Perfect.
He was.
Let's see. Okay, that's it right there. Lord Grimsley mentions the shadow knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men. The shadow knows. Yes. It's great because we had a gentleman on the show recently, Win Scott Eckert, and we were talking about the pulp books and magazines, and he's a Doc Savage expert, and we were talking about and we're talking about the Wool universe that Philip Jose Farmer created. I don't know. Did I send you that? Did I send you that for my sample?
No, I don't think you did. No.
Okay, I'll have to send that to you. That was my as far as you telling you what the show was like. But man, he was a terrific interview. Really good.
To hear that.
So what was the first movie that you said at 3 years old? But what was your first movie where you really knew what you were watching and could comprehend it a little bit more, than 3 years old? I mean, what was the first movie that actually, that scared you, that you were like, Mom, Dad, can I sleep with you tonight?
Jaws. I know it's not really a horror movie, but it was very intense.
I agree with you. I think it's a horror movie. I mean, yeah. Sheesh. Do you remember Do you remember the first time they ran the previews for that
No.
on TV? On TV, they ran the previews for it. Do you remember the first time? It was like an event. It was almost like a little
Mhm.
miniature event. Stay tuned for, we're showing you the first 3 minutes of the new movie, and it was the opening scene with the swimmer.
That
Oh
sounds
my God.
great.
Everybody was talking about that movie the next day. Everybody, because they showed like the first 3 or 4 minutes where
Mhm.
she got hit, and
Well, that would have
people.
been cool.
Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, that was amazing. Everybody was all hyped up for it, and then when it came out, everybody was there. It was actually the first blockbuster as we know it, the first summer
Mhm.
blockbuster as we
It
know.
was.
It was just, yeah. Oh my gosh. So did you run out of the theater when you watched it?
No, I went with my parents, and
Uh-huh.
I was sitting next to my mom, and I grabbed her hand and almost broke her hand.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Because it was
And
so scary.
oh my gosh. People sleep on that as far as I think it's a horror movie. I
Mhm.
mean, you could call it a horror
Yeah.
movie and a creature feature. Um, so after that, I mean, what else did you get into? I mean, because
Um,
you had Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming on around that time.
mhm.
I think it was slightly ahead. Are you a
Yeah,
are you a slasher girl? Or are you a supernatural girl?
both.
Both.
Yes, I like them both.
Oh, okay, so I'm going to ask you. Let me ask you this: Who's your favorite horror icon? I mean, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees. Uh,
I would say at the moment, my favorite horror icon would be, I have a couple. I like Art the Clown, and I like, and I like Ghostface
from Scream.
from
But,
Scream.
but, but which Ghostface? Because there's been like 20 of
I
them.
know.
So
I like the originals. I thought they were pretty good.
let's see. They're talking about now they're talking about the Night Stalker. Oh my gosh, yes. I still trying to find that on TV. I really like to find the series for that, but I have
I
not. I have not found to find it yet.
I think you can get on. I know you can get on DVD
Yeah, that's what I'm
because
looking for. Do you have it? Do you have
I
the whole
have it.
set on?
Yes,
Now you're bragging.
and I've actually watched it. I
And
watched
you
it
are. Oh,
when it came
okay.
out, and I
Okay.
watched it on the DVD.
Okay. I'm done for tonight. So you got the copy and you watched it. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
All right. Um, yeah. Now that's good because I also know that you'll probably end up reviewing it because that's what you do. You're a horror reviewer, so I already know
Mhm.
that you've already watched that.
Well,
Um,
excuse me. I'm Madame Cadaver's lovely assistant.
oh, okay. So you helped
Yeah.
the man of cadaver.
Yes.
I have a cadaver with me. I have my good friend Ben, and you'll like this. So I have my good friend Ben. He's from his channel's called the Cadaver Club, and he is one of my midnights. He and I, along with our good friend Mary Wilson, the mighty Mary Wilson, we watch IFC midnight movies, and we talk about them the last Sunday of every month.
Oh, how cool.
And he also is a Godzilla expert.
Has he seen, did he see the 1977 TV version of Godzilla versus the Smog Monster with John Belushi introducing it in a Godzilla costume?
I don't know if he's got that one or not. Actually,
I don't think it's out, but it played on NBC once.
yeah, NBC ran two movies. They ran that one, and then the next year they ran, or maybe before that, they ran, and it was terrible because they only ran it for an hour. and the
Mm-hmm.
movie's like an hour and 25 minutes, but they
Right.
chopped it to ribbons, and that was
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla versus Megalon.
Oh.
Yeah, and do you know who else was in that movie?
Ooh.
Gigan. That's right. That's right.
I
Speaking
should
of
have
from my
known.
speaking of from my boy. So yeah, so we well, yeah, we have a lot of fun with Gigan. Believe me, you. Um, Hobbs himself. You guys ought to go check out Hobbs' Horse channel. Hobbs also is a tremendous kaiju fan, and he has actually done quite a few kaiju reviews on his channel. Hobbs Horror, right up there with the Blue Wrench. But head on over to his channel, check him out. And he also started. He is the guy that's behind me doing Dollar Theater. You probably see the Dollar Theater reviews I put up, and he is the mastermind behind that
Oh,
as well.
wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, you know what? So when you go film hunting or TV show hunting,
Mm-hmm.
are you one that has to have it when it comes out on Tuesday, or are you like a budget baller and you go around looking for the smallest prices you can get?
It depends on how I feel about the movie.
Oh, that's fair.
If I
That's fair.
really love it, then I'll pay full price, but I also pay cheap
Yeah,
prices.
we call it budgeting. We
Yes,
call
budgeting. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, we call ourselves budget ballers. So Dollar Theater, let's see, didn't George Takai play Gigan? No, he played Kato on the Green Hornet, Hobbs.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. We'll confuse him. He's still recovering. He's still recovering from some trauma from this past few months. Cincinnati. Yeah. So yes, so yeah, that's what we do too. But Ghostface, man, I would have thought that I mean, you must see a lot of different things that come through the group.
I
Like on
do.
Friday the 13th. Man, I tell you what, Friday the 13th, I love that series. That's my favorite horror series. I've seen so many variations on that story, short films,
Mhm.
fan fiction.
Right.
Um, God, fan fiction is crazy.
It is.
Uh, yeah. Um, I even heard about this one. I don't know too much about it, but I don't know. I guess they're trying to do a cash grab. They they did a series of young adult books.
My
Uh,
friend, my Facebook friend and a member of my group wrote those.
well, we shouldn't talk about that because
Oh, I'm
those things.
sorry.
No, those things are just. I actually read two of them, and I was like, how the hell? Who did this? Uh, oh God, it was like, okay, all right. Let me put those aside and let me go back to them. But yeah, I've seen fan films. I mean, there's been some fan films I'm going like,
Right.
but there's been some really good stuff too. Do you see a
Yeah.
lot of? Do you look at a lot of fan films or check out
I have seen
good
some.
good books?
I have seen some of the fan films, and they're
Okay.
not bad. Yeah.
Have you? Well, do you review them as well, Christy? I mean, because that's
Yes.
or the lady, the madam, does she review them as well?
Yes, we both do. Hmm.
So, I mean, that's what do you think? I'm gonna put you on the spot here. So, what do you
Okay.
think about today's today's fan films? I mean, it, it seems like now it's like never been more accepted than it used to be. We couldn't do these things,
Hmm.
or if you did, you they look like fan fiction. They look like they look like British science fiction.
Right. Hmm.
Not very polished. Um,
No.
but now it's amazing how much money people will put into making these fan films. Art the Clown got himself. I think he started as a segment in a fan film, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
He,
And then,
All Hallows Eve.
yes.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see. Let's see. To go back to Hobbs here says, at least I do have Mike McCarthy as my head coach going forward. That defense, that definitely relieves the pain. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. You got me there. You got me there. Um, um, yeah. But yeah, as far as the the fan movies go, they're well thought of now. I mean, I'm glad the studios, because I'm sure a lot of people come inside the group. Do you get a lot of people submitting their movies inside your Facebook group saying, or contact you outside the group asking for your review?
Yes, but I encourage it because I have a lot of independent film people in my group, filmmakers, actors, um, and amazing makeup artist, special effects person, and you know who you are. And and so I encourage them to let me see their movie, and I offer to review them. But they do ask me if I will do that.
When did you get into reviewing? Before I ask you what your technique is like, when did you get into reviewing? Like you decided to, I like this, so how can I help this? Because I think that's really what most of us drive. I like to
Mhm,
at least think so. I think most of us that do reviews, I think we do it for a drive to talk about the movie, to expose it to a wider audience.
mhm,
I don't know very many people that do reviews right off the bat, or they're just trying to bury a movie.
mhm.
Um, though that's happened. There's
Right.
some movies, but I mean, nobody starts off that way. And I mean, anybody who's serious about the art. So, so tell me about your first time that you got, the reason why you got into reviews. What drew you to start reviewing the movies that you started seeing?
Well, it first started with my best friend, Scarlett Fry, and he was reviewing some movies for his blog. And so that's how I met Madame Cadaver. And he gave us a few movies to watch, and we started writing reviews together. Our first one was The Secret Life of Jeffrey Dahmer by Scarlett's friend, Carl Crew, well, the late Carl Crew, which was an excellent movie. And a fun fact, it was the only movie Jeffrey Dahmer ever watched about himself. And we we reviewed that, and then we reviewed the three of the Jennifer movies. That was all filmed on an iPhone, and those were pretty good. I was really surprised. And then me and Madame Cadaver and myself, we separated, parted ways for a while. And then I was thinking, I would like to start reviewing movies again. So she came back into my life, and I contacted her, and she came back into my life, and she lives with me. And cadavers, they don't eat a lot, and our expenses are low.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah,
And in a pinch, they can always fertilize the yard too.
that's right. You're so funny. So we
I
started
like.
up,
Go ahead.
I think last March or May. Yeah. And we've been reviewing ever since.
Now, what is your style, personal style? I mean, how do you, like if you're gonna watch do you also do books as well, or
No.
you do no novels? Okay, so
No.
how do you review, say, a movie? Are you more into the major studio productions? Like, if you have a chance to review Scream versus, say, 31 Days, or Hallow's Eve, what
Mhm.
draws you, what draws you more, what interests you more, doing something that everybody else has already done, or going to the small independent movies and talking about them?
Um, to be honest, I really love the small independent movies.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I do go and see the
What
mainstream movies. In fact, my mom gave me many gift cards for the local cinema for Christmas. But a lot of independent movies, the smaller movies, I would definitely do first.
Yeah. What draws you to them? I mean, because most people always go to, if you look at the YouTube, you go ahead and see when a new movie comes out, like Silent Hill just came out,
Hmm.
and I saw everybody talking about that and Night Patrol. But
Uh-huh.
but you don't ever really see anybody talk about the smaller movies. What draws you to the smaller movies? What do you look for in an independent film?
Well, what draws me to them, what I really admire the filmmakers because they have a goal, they have a vision, and they put it out there. And I just love that. I really admire them. And so that's one thing. Plus, I met my best friend doing a crowdfunder. He was like my best perk. And so I learned a lot about independent filmmaking from him. And I
Okay.
just love them. And I love the outcome of the movies. They're so
So much
different.
so much so that you've even produced a few of them, or
I
co-produced a few of
have,
them.
yes.
So how do we slide over from a reviewer to producer, or was it the other way around?
It first was producer.
Okay,
And
okay.
then, yeah. Hmm. And
So you started doing producing independent films, saw what they went through to get the art made,
right.
and then decided, you know what, I can help them better as well by
Hmm.
reviewing their movies.
Yes,
Wow. Yeah, I
exactly.
like that. I like that.
Hmm.
I like that a lot. I think
Yeah.
it's very noble, because a lot of the independent movies, they just don't get any love at all. I mean, they
No,
really
they
just don't.
don't. No. And it's really sad. And I like to get them out there so other people can see them and know about them.
Now, what are some of the independent movies that you produced, or worked on, or what have you, contributed, and what did you learn from the experience?
I helped produce one of my recent ones is Amityville Infinity that hasn't come out yet. And it's part of a trio of Amityville movies put out by SRS, and cinema or films, or I don't know. But I've learned all the work that goes into them. It's just
Yeah, it
amazing.
it it, it really is, isn't it? I mean,
Hmm.
we talk to a lot of independents that come through here, and I agree with you. It takes a lot to get a production off the ground, and to make it, and to do it well.
Hmm.
Um, and you really want to brag about it. You really want to get in there and, like, hey,
Right.
let me tell you about this new movie I just saw, or what have you.
Hmm.
Um, but a lot of those movies, they just, it's beginning to make it. It's beginning to. I mean, with streaming. I mean, what's your opinion? What's your opinion about streaming? Is that a boon for independent film, in your opinion, or is it a bane?
I think
Uh,
it can be a boom because it does get things out there. Tubi has a lot of independent movies, which is great. I've seen some of the ones I've backed, um, which is wonderful. In fact, I watched one the other day. I backed the second one. I watched Desert Fiends, and
okay.
I backed the second one. So it was fun to watch that. But I think it's a boom, like I said, to get these movies out there. And on YouTube, there's a independent movie. channel that has their movies for free just to get them out there, and which is wonderful. And they have movies like Waltz on there, and which is a fun movie. And I think it's a big, wonderful thing to have.
Now, Devil Fiends,
For,
I think that featured. I think we know a person on that movie. We also one of the producers as well, and Nicole Butler Vegas. Nicole Vegas.
oh,
Yeah, she was. She has also worked on that film. That's the one directed by Sean C. Phillips, right?
oh yeah, Sean. Yeah.
Uh, he started out his film career. You know how he started out, right? Hey, Trenchy, real quick, Trenchy, our good friend here, and Cheryl from Canada is here with her cat.
Oh,
But Sean C. Phillips, yeah, he started out his career as as one of those guys that got 50 movies a week and then and didn't review them.
right.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm putting
He's
myself in there. I'm not just shouting them out. I'm just as guilty. So is Hobbs. Um, uh, uh, so yeah, he started out his career running this channel, and then he got into making films.
right.
He started acting. He actually, if I'm not mistaken, he started out as a child actor.
Really? Oh,
Yep, I
wait.
believe. Yeah.
My friend Scarlett wanted him for a movie, and it was like in LA, or no, Arizona. And he asked Sean to be in it, but he couldn't be in it because his parents wouldn't let him.
Yeah, I think he did. I know for sure one movie that he did. He did Ghost Shark with
Oh,
Mackenzie
okay.
Ross. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
Ghost Shark with Mackenzie Rossman from Seventh Heaven.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's an
she played the
interesting movie.
yeah. Ghost Shark rocks.
It
I
does.
can't I can't I
It
can't
really
I
does.
can't. I thought Ghost Shark was a lot of fun.
It
Um,
was. Yeah.
yeah. So, no, did you know anything at all about producing beforehand? And did you get to go on set and say,
Um,
action and cut and all that?
no. Uh-uh. No. I wish I'd had, but no.
Uh-huh. Uh, I would think, at least
I
try it.
just, oh yeah, I
Can
did a lot of things on like Kickstarter and Indiegogo when they were
I?
starting out. And that's where I started doing all of this.
Okay.
And yeah, and I met a lot of people doing that. And I've been in a couple movies.
Okay.
Um,
How'd you like that experience?
it was interesting. Yeah. I,
It's a lot different from how they portray it, right? It
it
seems to be
is.
all action all the time, but then really in reality, you're standing around just waiting to set up another shot.
Right, right. So
So
it was interesting. Yeah. And I did cinematography for a couple documentaries.
nice.
Yeah. Produced by Tony Newton, who's also a member of our group. And he puts out a lot of documentaries and what would you call it? Movies that have lots of parts to them. And I'm in one of those. And
Okay.
and I filmed VHS Lives 1 and 2 and Oh the Horror. And I think those are the three that I did the cinematography for.
How do you like working behind the camera?
Um, it worried me. I wasn't sure if it'd come out right or not.
That's why we have editors for it.
That's right.
So, what drives you to? I mean, because there's a ton of independent products out there. I mean, there's
Uh-huh.
projects. I mean, you probably see quite a few in the group. People posting, GoFundMe's and what have you. So,
Yes.
what is it? What attracts you as far as the movie being, like, hey, I'm doing a movie, doing a Kickstarter for it, looking for producers to help us out here. What,
Mm-hmm.
and how do you balance from writing a fair review, an honest review? I mean, basically, can you be a film reviewer, critic, and a producer at the same time? Is there a conflict of interest for you when or do you
I just
review the
call it
movie?
as it is.
Do you ever review the films that you produce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If it
Now, has there?
sucks, I'd say it sucks,
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I just
No,
did it a little minute ago, so yeah, say, hey, if I'm reading the book and it sucks as bad as this one, or I see a movie, as bad as that one, like Hereditary, out it goes, right?
right.
So,
Yes.
um, now, see, but I don't believe in totally crushing anybody. I mean,
Oh, no, I don't do
you know,
that.
yeah,
I used in one of my lifetimes, I was a teacher. I was a kindergarten teacher. So I understand how to talk to people about things like this. You add the good with the bad.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
So always point out the good parts and some
Well,
it's not.
there are. I will have to say this. I mean, I will have to say there are some parts that, and it happens to everybody. I mean, anybody who reviews films, like we do, it's just
Mm-hmm.
isn't being honest. If they're sitting there saying, I have never reviewed a movie that harshly before. Um,
Right.
you know, like I can tell you this because I don't think anybody's going to come watch it, but I recently reviewed an Oscar-winning film,
Oh.
a recent Oscar winner,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched it. And honest to heaven, Christy, I didn't make it halfway through.
Really? What? Oh, I'm not
No,
gonna. I should. I'm not going to ask you which one it
yeah.
was.
I was really surprised by that because
Mm-hmm.
I've done 170 of these reviews, and I've only had one movie up to that point where I didn't finish it because it was just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So two out of 169, that's not bad. I
No.
finished, but the quality of, like the first movie that happened with, I wasn't too surprised because it just was a mess. It just was incoherent. I've
Yes.
watched bad movies all the way through,
Mm-hmm.
and reviewed them, sure. But as far as trying to watch a movie all the way through and just like and give up on it, that's
Yeah.
in fact, somebody actually came up with that the other week, and they were talking about that, saying how this one reviewer was saying how she went and saw this movie, and she walked out toward the end of the movie, and people were talking about that, going like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, how did you see the movie? Did you see the movie, or were you paid to be there to review it? Did the
Mm-hmm.
studio send you to review it, or did
Right.
you pay your money? Did you pay money out of your pocket and review it? There
Mm-hmm.
is a big difference to that. I
There
mean, there
is.
is, and
Mm-hmm.
like if someone giving you a ticket, like a studio gives you a ticket, or
Mm-hmm.
if someone from the production team or a publicist, do you
Right.
feel like you're obligated to watch it no matter what? Or do you feel like as a critic you have that right to sit there and go like, I know they bought my ticket,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not they're also, my time's precious as well.
Right.
um
I
so
might
would you
watch it all the way through, but that doesn't mean I'm going to give it a good review. Mm-hmm.
what's most important for you when you watch a movie? I mean, like, what do you look for before, especially horror movies? What do
Mm-hmm.
you look for? What comprises a good horror film to you? What makes it really good?
It has to have a story. Some of them
Yes.
don't have stories. It has to have maybe some character development because sometimes they throw in characters and you don't care if they get killed or not. In fact, some of them, the good ones, you think, oh yay, I want if they act really horrible, you know, I would want them killed. But need character development. I need a good story. I look at the special effects and makeup. I look at all sorts of things. I need to be entertained. That's the big thing.
Right. So your first thing is when you watch a horror film, you're going, am I entertained? Are you not entertained by it?
Yeah.
So what was the first movie that you can remember that you actively reviewed, that you said, okay, this is the movie that I'm going to review on? I mean, because you've watched so many at that point. So what was the one final straw that got you to go like, you know what? I'm going to express my opinion about this film and share it out. Do you remember the movie, what it was?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I don't want to say what it is.
Oh, you got to say what it is.
I can't.
You can't.
Because it's one of my Facebook friends.
And it wasn't very good?
It's great if you're stoned. I gave it 4 or 5 stars if you're stoned, and 2 if you're not. But I don't want to say what it is.
So basically, you roasted it, right? Okay, that happens. That happens. I mean, they can't all be winners. I mean, look at like I just said. Let's see. Trenchy mentions he's got a question here.
Okay,
that's just awesome. Are there movies that you guys have seen that are technically good, but just not for you, or not just feeling it? And Trenchy's laughing at the movie. We're just that's a great story. Yeah, I can't. That happens though, right? Oh my gosh. So, yeah, these guys know a couple of my stories where I've done that, where I've reviewed a movie, and then like I've gotten to know the director or what have you, and I was just like,
right.
It's like, it's like, and you just go, it's tough, but you got to do it. You have to review it. Yep. Yeah. So are there movies that you guys have seen that are technically good, but just not for you, or just not what you're feeling it? Yeah. How about the movie I just watched? Trenchy. I'll tell you the name of it. My review's coming out next Monday, so you guys go check it out. But the movie that I was talking about, I couldn't finish it, and that was Honora.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Trust me. See it. I'd like to see your review on that. I didn't make it through. I didn't make it through. It's a 2 hour and I think it was 2 hours and 7 minutes long. I lasted to 1 hour and 10 minutes, and I pulled the chute. I was just like, this is just god awful. There's nothing here for me, and that's really rare for me because I can watch anything pretty much. I mean, I really can. I don't really like. I mean, I don't really like. There's certain things that movies I don't like, even though one seems to be coming up a lot. But in fact, I watched a short film with this, and the director, he says, well, it's about necrophilia, and I'm going like, what is up with this in horror films? All of a sudden, before we never got anything like this. Now it just seems like now it's starting to become more and more of a. I've seen it more and more in horror films where that thing comes up, and it's just like, I like a good horror film, but that just does not do it for me, no matter how well it's done. I mean, at least unless the guy who's doing it is like waxed at the end of the movie, then I'm all right with that.
Right.
But as far as because it's just like because everybody's trying to they're trying to sink their hooks into a horror movie. What can we do to stand out?
Mhm.
Before in horror films, and tell me if you agree with this, but remember the golden rule back in the 70s and the early 80s as far as horror films go, and that was don't kill animals, don't kill babies,
Right.
But those there's no more barriers
No.
in horror movies anymore, are there? I mean, anything can go these days. Um,
Hmm.
I don't necessarily think that's a good thing, but what do you think?
I totally agree with you. Like, I don't believe that children's stories should that go out of, what do they call it? Children's stories, like Pooh Bear and stuff.
Oh,
Um,
right, the public
Public
domain movie.
domain, yeah. And they turn them into horror movies. I hate that.
Yeah.
It's horrible. And some of them don't even make sense. The only one I saw that was pretty good was Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare or something. But
The only one that I liked, I saw one called Piglet.
oh, you saw Piglet?
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
saw. I
seen
thought
it.
that was actually pretty good. That was
Okay.
actually pretty good. I was like, all right, that's all right. Had a good guy playing Piglet, Alex Butler. Director was smart. Oh my
Uh-huh.
God! I'm going to ask you this question, Nick, because I'm dying to hear it.
Okay.
But I loved Piglet. I loved the director did a nice job. The acting
Mhm.
wasn't that bad. The Alex Butler who played Piglet was formidable. I mean, he was
Mhm.
like he looked like he could carry his weight. Um, but what do you, what as far as what bothers you in terms of, let me see if I can rephrase this. Well, what are some of the other movies that, well, I reset my brain here. What are some of the other movies that along that line do you have problems with? Is it, do you think people should, because it does seem like they do rush out, like the first I think the first, what was the first one? Oh, Honey the Piglet, the with the Winnie the Pooh.
Pooh.
They rushed out
Yes.
there.
Blood
Yes.
and Honey. Yes.
Oh my God. I actually saw a clip of that, and I could not believe they actually put that out.
I know.
But they were like they were sitting at the starting line, and as
Mm-hmm.
soon as they said go, they went, and they just made a
Right.
horrible, horrible movie. The second movie, on the other hand,
Wasn't
when they
bad.
had no, no, I heard that. I heard it wasn't that
Mm-hmm.
bad at all. People were really like, they learned a lot from the first time they did it.
Right.
Uh, See, Trenchy's coming over, says, I like it when they do that. I want a Care Bears movie. Or I know I want a Care Bear movie, but I don't want them to do a Hello Kitty movie though. We cannot have Hello Kitty going rogue on us.
Right. There is a movie out though that I was thinking about this when he mentioned that. There's a movie that's coming out called Buddy, which is kind of a takeoff on Barney, the Barney show. But Buddy, I think, is a unicorn. And if you don't follow the rules, Buddy gets mad.
Oh, and you said unicorns, and that brings up man, that brings up we got to talk a little bit about this. Our good friend Steve Brzezinski,
Mm-hmm.
he made a trio of unicorn movies. Duke the Unicorn. Um, yeah, that's called Carousel
Mm-hmm.
2 and Carousel 3.
Ooh.
Um, love the first one. The other
Uh-huh.
two are good. The other two are great, but the first one is the one that sets the table, and it's funny as hell.
Oh,
A
cool.
possessed unicorn. Um,
Yes.
yes, it's so much fun. Um,
Oh.
some of the independent movies that you watch, that do you like looking for like young stars that are coming out, like people, like when you write out your reviews, or you talk about, you talk in horror like we're talking now. Do you ever like sit there and just talk about some of the actors that you've seen, or some of the directors that sit
Yes.
there and say,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, isn't
Yeah,
that isn't that the coolest part?
it
About
is.
reviewing the film, or running a
Mm-hmm.
group, your Facebook group. You can sit there and listen, I just saw this new film by this new director. You guys got to check it out. Um,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
isn't there
yeah,
something? Isn't that fun?
it is. I have a
Um,
favorite actor from like the independent movies I've watched, and he's a member on my page, and he's amazing. His name's David Dietz, and
okay.
he's just like a chameleon. He's excellent.
Who are some of your favorite actors, both present and yesteryear? What are some of the actors that really got you going into horror film that really like that you admired, and as soon as they came out with a new movie, you're first in line to buying a ticket? Who are some of the actors and actresses that you really like?
I love Boris Karloff. In
The
fact, I
Master.
backed a documentary on him, and
Nice.
yeah, it was wonderful. And Robert Englund's pretty versatile, I think. I like his movies. In fact, I saw one today, The Phantom of the Opera, which is my favorite romance movie. And he's really good.
I forgot he did that, didn't he?
It's really good. It's excellent.
We're
And
talking about. I hear someone talk about the Phantom of the Opera, and like the first thing I think of when I think of that, it's like I actually was relatively new to it, but I remember when the first time I really paid attention when was the Andrew Lloyd play,
right. Uh-huh.
yeah, with Sarah Brightman, Andrew
Yes.
Weber
Michael
Lloyd.
Crawford.
And, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, God, who didn't fall with Sarah? Who didn't fall in love with Sarah Brightman?
Oh, I know. She's wonderful, ex Christine. Yeah, I really like her. But yeah, those two. Um, Vincent Price was pretty good.
Yes.
The new,
There's a YouTuber. His name is Dr. Gangrene, and he made himself a documentary of all the Vincent Price's movies.
oh,
Man,
wonderful.
that was so good. That was
Mm-hmm.
really good. I
I have
watched
to
every
watch
year.
that.
I think it. Yeah, I think yeah. He had like nine. There's like nine different videos to it. I'm sat there and I watched them all.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, it was like such a respectful and well thought of documentary, and
mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
I'm one of those. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Because this movie comes up quite a bit. I gotta tell you, a lot of times you sit there and you see a movie from the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you think of what could be, you think about today. You bring it up to today's world. You think of all the advancements, technology. Like whether it be CGI, camera, scores, special effects, and you
Mm-hmm.
think that today's movies have so much. Like we're gonna remake this movie,
Right.
we're gonna go into the past and grab it. Came from outer space. The Thing movie. So they go
Oh,
back
yeah.
there and they bring up there and they make the Thing movie, and it's just like, oh my god, this thing blows the doors off the original, off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
There's a movie I'm going to mention that I know everybody loves it. Everybody loves. I love it, but good lord, I love the original first, and it is still it creeps me the hell out. And that is
First,
The Fly.
The Fly. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
the
Isn't that
original black and
amazing?
white movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I know Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis did 1986. David Cronenberg
Mm-hmm.
directed it, and that stands on his own.
Yeah,
But good lord, that black and white one, the ending of that movie is just freaking terrifying.
I know. Isn't it? That's really scary. Yeah. I love The Fly. I love the second one too. Was it
Yeah,
called The Son of the Fly or
I think
something?
it's the return. I think The Fly
Return.
returned. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's it. Yeah. If it was about his son, that's it.
Trenchy. Let's see. Trenchy has. Let's see. Trenchy says here. I love the first Carousel. Haven't seen the sequel. Sequels are good. The sequels are good. Stephen Sheets mentions the War of the Colossal Beast coming
Oh,
Saturday night off Swinguli. Um, yeah, the only thing I really wish about Swinguli is I wish they just wouldn't play the same 40 or 50 public domain movies. There's
They
so
do.
much more out there that they could watch that are
Mm-hmm.
public domain, but they just don't
Right.
do it. And that's a
Mm-hmm.
shame, you know.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, the Lon Chaney Phantom of the Opera is great. Yep.
I love that.
And Joel Schumacher's one is good too. Now, me personally, my idea of Phantom of the Opera is not exactly Phantom of the Opera. It is the Phantom of the Paradise, which was
That's a good
directed by,
one.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Come on, we still know that one. Swan.
Yes, one.
Write your concerto. Write it for Phoenix. Phoenix. That's right.
That's a
Let's see.
great one.
Let's see. Steven wants to know if you've seen another classic movie, Blackula with William Marshall.
Yes.
Excellent movie. Excellent movie.
Yes. And there's another a sequel to it also.
Yeah. Scream
That's good
Blackula.
too.
Scream. Yes.
Yes.
William Marshall. Good Lord. What an actor.
I know. He's
So
amazing.
he was really great. And there's another actor back at that time that I really enjoyed watching too. And he made one movie I got to finish. That was Calvin Lockhart, and it was like
Oh,
the Beast Must Die Tonight.
yes. Yes.
I gotta finish that.
You have to guess who the beast is.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was terrific. It's a terrific movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so who are some of the younger names that who are some of the younger stars that, like, if I asked you, who do you like coming up in in some of the movies? Are you familiar with a lot of the young stars today, or
A
in the
few of them. I like Jenna Ortega. She's been in a lot of horror movies and she's on Wednesday. I like her. Who else do I like? Some of them I don't know who the heck they are. Uh, in the
right.
main movies. Some of them
They'll just
have been around for a long time,
yeah.
Mm.
Well, growing up in, like, watching, we're talking about Jaws. You sitting there watching. That was for us, that was like
Yes.
our first introduction to Roy Scheider.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
Exactly.
he'd been around a long time, but for
Mm-hmm.
many of us, that was our first time seeing him, or Robert Shaw, or Richard
Mm-hmm.
Dreyfuss.
Right.
Yeah. Um, some of the older actors, like Betsy Palmer and Friday the 13th. Oh my
Right.
gosh! Like,
I know.
I didn't know who she was. Like, we watched the movie and you see her come out of there, and it's like, okay, so who is that? And
Mm-hmm.
then you rush home. Then you rush home and grab Fangoria and go like, oh,
Right.
Betsy Palmer. And
Yes. Do you know
um,
she did that so she could get a new car?
yes, she did it for $10,000, so she got a
Yes.
new car. Isn't that
Uh-huh.
something else?
It is.
And you sort and you sort of, though, you sort of like, you hear that now and you're going like, like, I asked this from another actress who has been on the show before,
Mm-hmm.
but she did an independent Canadian film
Oh,
that just blew up out of nowhere. I think the movie was made for, like, just not very much money, not very,
mm-hmm.
but it blew the hell up, and as of today, it's made over $16 million.
Oh my goodness.
So, and the director is getting a chance to direct a big budget movie, bigger than his budget. And
Wow.
I asked this actress, I said, not to put you on the spot or anything, but after the movie blew up,
Mm-hmm.
did they ever come back to you and give you another check, a bigger piece of the pie?
Yeah.
And because that's what I would, and she said, I got a hug.
Oh no.
And I'm going like, oh my God. I would think that that'd be as a director, I would be thinking, like, the first thing I'm gonna do if this movie blows up, I'm definitely gonna take care of everybody who helped do that.
Yes. That's what I would do. Oh
Yeah,
my
me too.
goodness. A hug?
A hug. It's like, and the thing is too is I'd love to talk to the director because that
Mm-hmm.
actually would be the first question I ask. It's like, and it's like if a movie blows up the way yours did, isn't it proper to
Right.
like because that person did it. They say they did it for $1,500,
Mm-hmm.
but isn't it proper to go back to him and say, without you, without your contribution, hard work,
Yeah.
this movie never would have got off the ground. And all of a sudden
Right.
it's like, yeah. Um, let's see. Steven has a question for you.
Stephen.
Tracy's saying the Beast Must Die is awesome. I love it's a clue with a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, and Stevenson's saying question for Christy and me. Has anyone seen Abbott and Costello meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in
Yes.
1953?
Yes.
Um,
Boris
I,
Karloff.
yes, I will be visiting Abbott and Costello soon enough. Um, as a matter of fact, it'll be coming on Dollar Theater sooner than later. I think mine is Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
I love that movie. I introduced that to my friend Scarlett. I've introduced that to so many people. I introduced it to a Japanese exchange teacher who
Nice.
had never seen anything like that before. I introduced it to one of my teacher friends who's like a genius and she had never seen it before. I introduced it to Scarlett. I love that movie. In fact, I have the whole box set with Abbott and Costello meets, and they're
Nah.
wonderful. I love the one where they meet the killer.
Right,
That's a
right.
good one too.
I got mine. I got a partial collection too. I think it
Mm-hmm.
might have eight movies in it. Um, yeah. I'm, Trenchy says got to see that one too. Definitely. I found mine over at the library. I got mine at the
Oh.
library. Yeah, I had 8 movies in it, and I know everybody had been talking about that. And then I
Mm-hmm.
said, you know what? I need to get one of those Abbott and Costello. And then, like a couple of weeks later, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we got time for one more question, two more questions,
Okay.
two more. So I'm going to let you talk a little bit about because we've been hearing them all throughout this conversation, and my curiosity is very much piqued. But tell us a little bit about Scarlet Fry. How did you meet him, and what's his role in the group?
He's my well, he's our administrator, not just mine. Um, and I met him back in one of his movies.
Okay.
And then I backed other movies. And then we
Now, is he an
became,
actor or a director?
he did everything.
Okay.
He directed it, he helped write it, he was in it with other people, of course. And his brother did some music for them. It was just amazing. And so I backed some of his movies, and then we became Facebook friends. And then we started talking a lot. And he came up here for a while and then went back down to help his mom out. But yeah, we're best friends. We talk every night and we choose a movie to watch each night. We take taking turns picking a horror movie out to watch.
Right.
And then we talk about it. And yeah, we're just best friends.
If you go to Tubi next
Uh-huh.
time, just type in IFC Midnight
Okay.
and then watch whatever movie that comes up first,
Okay.
and tell me, and you can tell me how you like it.
Okay, I will. I have everything that's been mentioned written down on this paper I have next to me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just glad the Hobbs did not make me get up and show the closet. I was like waiting for him to sit there and say, "Show us the closet."
Uh-huh.
I was like, thank God. It's sort of manageable now. That's only because it fell and crushed everything in this path. It looked like one of those
Oh
looked like
no.
one of those buildings that in a Godzilla movie, just you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still there's still you can still see the madness in it. So thanks for not mentioning that, Hobbs. You're my buddy. uh, uh, but so last question for you is,
Okay.
where do you? Oh, wait, for this visit, because you definitely have to come back and talk to us again.
Oh, I'd love
Um,
to.
wow, I'd love to have you. Love to have you. You've been
Anytime.
fantastic. Yeah. Did you
Okay.
have fun tonight?
I did. It was painless. I
I,
loved
t- I
it.
tell I tell everybody that it is painless. We have a lot of fun here. I want to thank your. I definitely want to thank your friends for coming out there. I think that really helped too. And
Thank you.
yeah. All right, that was my last question.
Okay.
I'm so glad you came out. We're gonna have to have you come back for sure. I want to thank everybody in the chat that came out, Stephen here,
Yes.
and Trenchy, and
Thank
Hobbs,
you.
and Brett, and Lord Grinsley, and Cheryl, and who else came out here? Horror Nerds. Thank you so much. Tom Baker, always Tom Baker's here, always to brighten up our day. He watches us all the way from Europe.
Wow.
Yep. So see, you went international on your very first on your and Cheryl's from Canada, so
Mhm.
you went international for your very first podcast guest spot.
That's great.
What
Thank you for turning out.
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming out. We will be back here on Thursday. We'll be talking with our good friend Ken from Sledgehammer Horror, and we're going to be talking about horror films and a little bit of cat food. We're going to be talking a little bit of cat food. We're going to talk a little bit of football, a little bit of Super Bowl. We're going to have a lot of fun. He'll be here Thursday night at 8 o'clock. And then on February, I got one date booked in February, and that is on February 5th. And we will see our good friend Austin Gallant come back and hang out with us, as we're going to do something slightly different for 8 questions with. It's still going to be 8 questions with, but we're doing something a little different. We're going to be talking about our favorite vampires, and we're going to be doing a list of our favorite vampires, and yeah, all things vampy. So it'll be a lot of fun, and never tried anything like this before. So I hope it goes well, and I hope you folks will come out. And please, please bring your vampire list. I want to hear your favorite vampire. We do. And he has got his own vampire movie that we'll be talking about, Sanguine Teeth on a Driftless Road, which is an excellent vampire movie. It's a great kind of vampire movie. It's very unique. It's very different and original. And we're talking about that again, and looking forward to it. And that'll be a week from Thursday. And but between now and then, I should have some more heads coming up here and hanging out with us. I just don't know who they are yet, and neither do they. All right, that is it for us. Thank you so much. We will see you Thursday at 8 o'clock. Thank you so much. Stay right where you're at, Christy, and to everybody
Okay.
else, we're gonna say good night. Thanks for coming. See ya.
Thank you.
Peace.